Listen, I have an idea.
It's how I feel when you make lemonade. Whatever today has given you. 511 headaches, still call it Thanksgiving. True.
Welcome to another edition of the Super Duper Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Griggs, here with the super producer, Ez McMahon.
Yes. What's going on, Rob? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, we're trying something different here, man. So new technologies, the video gonna look different, but hopefully y'all like it, man, for sure.
All right, we'll see.
Hey, man. Well, thank you for checking out the Super Duper Pod. We do not take your listens lightly. Make sure you follow us on all socials. What up, Sarah? At Super Duper Pod, SUPADUPAPOD. We might have some changes soon because, you know, your man Zuckerberg making some Trump-friendly changes, you know what I'm saying? So we might have to consider some new things on the way out. But we'll let you know what we do and what we say because, you know, it's just, hey, man, I've never seen so many people shake so fast. I understand, but let me get to the announcements. And also follow us online at H53productions.com for our merch and additional content such as the Father Good podcast and our own Edge McMahon with the Easy Smoke and GM podcast. Did you guys didn't record after the Bears won,
We
right?
haven't talked. No, we haven't talked since last week.
Hey,
But
and most people won't understand it, but it's been a good season. You beat the Packers. To me, I feel like a great season. All things considered, got
it was a
all
good.
things
Hey,
considered.
I was glad. It was a relief. Um, it was like one of those finally
Yeah,
moments.
just I mean, it had to, man.
After the win over the Packers, it was 10 straight losses before that, and we're going to the offseason on a winning note. Now there were some people out there that said, "Well, man, we slid 3 spots in the draft." Well,
Whatever.
so what?
Come on,
Is
man. So what?
Who cares? The
Don't do
win,
that.
the
Don't
win
like
against
this.
Green Bay was much more
Oh, that.
important.
Oh God, yes, man. And
No doubt about it.
shout out to my church, my pastor Jamal, man. It's like some Sundays in the Packers games, people wear Packers jerseys. He's just like, look, I see y'all. He said, I see y'all with your jerseys on.
Wait, you go to church in Cheesehead
That
Land?
shit. No, man. You know it's in Chicago. People get brave,
So what are
man.
they
So
what are they doing?
I don't know. Some people in there they Packers
There's
fans.
nothing, man. There's nothing
Shout out to Mitch.
I despise more than a Packers fan from Chicago, man. There's nothing I despise more than that, man.
Well,
I
I know. Well, the one I know in particular is she's
I
not
have
from
love for
Chicago.
I don't care. I have love for Cub fans. Man, I hate the Cubs. Well, I don't hate the Cubs, but I don't root for the Cubs. But
Yeah,
you
I
wear
don't hate him either.
a Cub jersey, a Cub hat, cool. But you walk around here with Packer stuff? No, I can't go for that guy.
Gotta come see him, huh?
No,
Yeah, yeah,
we got
yeah.
some issues.
Yeah, man, that is something. I mean, you know, but they were, and so he called them out. He was like, listen, he's because there's two in particular that are big Green Bay fans. Like, y'all started this mess. Now people feeling brave about walking around here with these Packers jerseys. Take it out. He's like, get that out of here. Not
No,
here. Not today, man.
we don't do that around these parts.
Nah, man. But no, it
No.
was a good win. But make sure you check out the Easy Smoking GM podcast and wherever you get your podcast. So kind of like I was alluding to before, I'm sure you heard about Trump. We hear about Trump all the time, but also Meta's owner, founder, what have you, uh, Mark Zuckerberg making the changes and getting rid of fact checkers. You know, I'm sure you guys have heard all this. Essentially, those people's job is to make sure when people were posting things, you know, saying that, let's say, for example, an election is stolen or rigged, they would say that was not true and get it up out the paint. And pretty much it's now going to allow for more hate speech. Well, he's posing it as more freedom of speech, right? The willingness to allowing people to say whatever they want. But we know, unfortunately, this is going to allow more hate speech to be involved. Like, for example, you can call women, as they were saying, not, household objects or 304s. You can blatantly say that on there. There's some explicit things you can now say more about Black people, women, people in the LGBTQIA plus community. They get all letters, and what I'm saying, just make it sure that you can say all these things about all these people. And I mean, you know, Meta is a big platform. Like people, I mean, even though a lot of young people ain't on Facebook, still these older people loving on Facebook, but we all on Instagram, and it's so pervasive in our lives that it's like this is a big deal. And I mean, he ain't even president yet. You know what I'm saying? He not even president yet, and yet they're making all these changes, really just to benefit him, or to appease him, I should say. But
Why do they care? What's the
well, so what I understand is like I know, and I listen to Up First. Shout out to Up First, the NPR podcast. They were alluding to that like Facebook has some case. Has been brought under investigation for a few things. They're gonna be filing the Department of Justice soon. They want a big ally behind them. President Trump, right? And so a lot of companies are writing big checks for this inauguration event, what have you, just to like kind of favor to get favor from Trump. But I'm thinking like, what is he really gonna do for y'all? You know what I'm saying? It's like I get it, right? He's president, and I mean he can move some things around, but like you, I was like, why you gonna just upend your whole business uh for him?
I mean,
You
I'd
know,
rather you come out and just say, "Hey, we're trying to save some money.
yeah,
We're trying to look out
or,
for our
or get
stockholders,
get protected, yeah.
and we're gonna eliminate all these these fact checkers out of our workforce here, just to save some money. I'd
Yeah, just
rather you
fight.
say that than to say you're
Try to
trying to
catch us
escape some.
legalese.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's look here, y'all. Look at the camera, like y'all know what it is. It was 4 years. All right, we'll be back. We'll be back. And I mean that's the part that's disheartening, man. Because I was talking to my family, shout out to family night. We was talking about this. Say one thing that I always dislike when the Democrat, remember when Joe Biden was president and he got elected, it was like every group, right? Every pro black, pro LGBT, whatever, it's pro whatever was going to Joe Biden saying that you better do this for us. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't even in office yet. And he was talking about what he better do and what he got to do, right? Trump in office, people signing him checks. They are bending to his will, and you hit nothing. That's the only thing that really gets on my nerves about this because I feel like a president that is more likely to do some things that is going to help your community, people of the community, we're so quick to be like, you ain't doing enough before they can even get the job, good get rolling. And here it is, Trump. People are just kind of like going, oh well, it's Trump's America. We'll just wait for 4 years, and you know what I'm saying, and just leave it alone, man. It's like, where's all that, as they say, where's all that energy now? Do you hear? I don't hear a lot of people like standing up to Trump or saying anything like, he
But
better do this for us.
they didn't put Trump in office, so he's not beholden to them.
Still, I mean, I hear you, man. But even still, you still have the Republicans going against the Democratic person from the get. You know what I'm saying? Like from the rip. Like it's like,
Well,
and I know the points you're making.
they're built different though. You know,
Well, yeah, they
they
built
don't
this. They just like
have zero shame. You know,
super facts, super
yeah.
facts. But as we get through the pod, it's weird. I don't have my mic in my hands, so I don't know what to do with my hands. So I'm trying to figure this out, guys. So yeah, for those who see the video, like I said, we're doing some new stuff with the pod. I'm trying to figure out how to use my hands correctly, phrasing. So on to a more serious topic. You guys have been, if you've seen the news today is Thursday, January 9th, and you've of course heard about the wildfires going through LA. Really prayers and thoughts to all the people out there. As I'm sure you've seen the videos, just how people losing their homes, and they show those like drone shots of those neighborhoods, and those homes are just like wiped away. And as I understand it, insurances won't even cover. People don't get home insurance for fires in California because it's like they just like we just can't cover this. It's like what happens to
That's
these
crazy
people?
to me.
I feel like that's illegal.
I
That
feel
feels
like
illegal.
I need to look at my own homeowner's policy because
You
is
right?
it I just assume fire was a part of it, right? Or is it
But
just because
I
they're in wildfire
exactly. So,
surroundings that
but to that point, so we should look into like, is there some snow related like stuff that they really
right,
not covered
right.
for? And it's like, well, snow is snow, you're Chicago, or something that's freezing, right? Because you would think, well, that's the whole point of insurance. That's like your medical insurance, like, well, we don't do coughs. Everything, we don't do sneezes, bro. Like that, we can't do. Uh,
Uh,
but what I
what you
mean,
say
not trying to make light of it.
you broke some
Oh,
bones. No, we
ah,
don't do that. No.
because everybody can break up home, broski.
No.
We'll be broke. But I
Yeah.
feel like that's the whole point of it, right? It's like, hey, if because you would think if you live in California and that's the insurance. You just would pay the premium, right? And then that's on you if you pay it or not. Like if I had $1 million home in California, you think I ain't got the $900 a month to pay for the for the fire insurance? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like seriously, because again, it's so
Or
you know
maybe you go in thinking, because a lot of people, they don't necessarily talk to their what do you call it? Your insurance agent.
agent.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
agent. Yeah.
damn, bro. You don't
It's
have
like
do you have do you have
I
insurance?
couldn't find the
Do
word,
you
man. No, no, no,
do
no,
you
no.
not have insurance?
No. I'm saying though, you can
I'm
do that
messing with
stuff
you. Yeah,
you can do that stuff online though.
very
And
true,
so you
very
don't
true, very true.
necessarily get all the coverages that that
True, true,
you
true.
may need.
Wait,
You
wait.
you may
Stop.
assume that ought to be,
Don't,
oh shit. Well, excuse me. Fire,
sorry, mama.
absolutely. Fire is included in my homeowner's policy. You know.
Listen, don't forget your point. Sidebar. When I was in college, you know what I'm saying, I had a truck, and my parents got me the truck, whatever, and they had the had insurance on. You know, my dad's been real particular, like, hey, son, gotta be careful. Just be careful. So I'm thinking I got full coverage. I get he's like, oh yes, like,
Uh,
you're a liability. I
you
was
got
like, wait, what?
liability, baby.
I was like, what? Hey. He's like, hey man, you're 19 years old.
He said,
All
we ain't fixing cars that
right.
you crash.
I was like, I'm thinking I'm fully covered, sir. Liability. No, but yeah, but in all seriousness, like that I read something that said the coverage of the fire is about the size of San Francisco, and it's just you see just like these houses burning so fast, and people like trying. Some people say I saw something on CNN tonight where a guy, I guess they live up in the mountains, and they knew like the fire trucks wasn't going to get to them as fast enough just because where they were living and roads were tight. So some people stayed in their homes to save their home. And he said, luckily he was able to save his home, but he was like all night, just he had a pool. The fire hose he had went out. And he was going to his pool, throwing out water, throwing out small little fires here and there. Um, and I mean, the man with the tears, I'm sure, like thinking back to this night, like looking at this fire, and all night he's like, I couldn't sleep. I'm just running around putting fires out. He said, and the people who left, all their homes burned down. The people who saved their homes were those that saved.
Yeah.
And I understand, wanting to save the house, but and the things in it, but you gotta look at it because thankfully it worked out for him. But say it hadn't, what I'm saying? Now he's dead and the house is burned down as well, right? And just think about, I just really think about what happens after this, especially if there's no insurance coverage. Like I would think the government has to like you know what I'm saying? Well, yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know.
Well, yeah, because I was thinking, it's like, so what happens to this area? You know what I'm saying? With all these, I mean, like it's miles of burned houses to ashes. Like they can't even recover them. Things are completely gone. So it's like, what happened to these areas? I mean, are they gonna build these houses back up? Like,
But they're always gonna build back.
yeah,
It's
yeah, I
just a
know, I know.
matter of,
Who's gonna pay for it?
just who's gonna pay, right. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. But
Shout out
truly, man.
shout out to
But
I got Marshall's out there, man.
yeah, you doing okay?
I've been texting with them. They're safe right now.
Okay.
Air quality is
Sure,
terrible.
horrible. Yeah, yeah.
Um, but I mean, so far, the fires that are closer to them have been, I guess, controlled.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, prayers out to him and his family.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And I'm just praying to God that it rains soon, just soon, man, just so we get this fire under control.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
because I know they're saying like 0% containment as of right now. Like that's just like one woman they showed, she I guess had a 100-year-old house and like all of her stuff was in her house. And she was just like she said they said the firemen had to pull her away from her house.
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
just trying to
It's a
protect
lot of
it. And
sentimental value there, man.
yeah, and it's just, that is hard, man, to give away
I
and
mean, a
leave,
lot of
man.
it's not even about the money, man. It's just about,
Yeah,
sentimental
it's
things that are photos,
yeah, that'll be going for that'll go on forever now.
heirlooms,
Yeah,
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 that's
because
what people are
it
really,
makes you wonder
really
like
sad about.
what do you take first? You know what I'm saying? Like if that happens to you, what's the things you grab? And also my family and I talked about this just in general, and I hope everybody listening thinks about this just, and I say for evacuations because we're in Chicago, but you should have some kind of like emergency kit in your house, like batteries, flashlights, food cans, towels, underwear in a bag, because if something goes left, you can grab it and then get out of Dodge. Do what you got to do. Looking at me very strange, yes.
No, 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 no.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay.
I
Oh, that's
didn't. I
not
guess
good.
I got a strange look. No, I'm with you.
Yeah, you gotta have a back. I mean, and that's something you think about. And I know that it's one of the government departments has a list. I'll find that out and give it to Sarah to post it. But there is a government. They have the government department that lists like what you should have in an emergency evacuation bag. It might be FEMA. It might be the FEMA side. That actually makes sense. Yeah, well, you have an emergency bag, like what you need in there, and what will give you like time, because most things that happen on like these fires, right? Maybe take a few days. You send me something that gives you a few days to kind of leave until you can come back. But with these fires, again, things are so destroyed. But I'm with you, as I know we'll build back, and I hope these people can. It's like with Hurricane Katrina, right? Like people's lives just shifted. I mean, completely. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's a point their lives were going one way, and then people were living in New Orleans, and now they were in Oklahoma City or now in Houston, and that's now their life, and never back into New Orleans, right?
right. Or Utah.
Yeah, it's just wild how it happens, man. So again, please keep the uh, people in LA in your prayers, man. The mayor's getting the business out there because I guess she was on a trip in Ghana when it started, and on her
Okay.
way back, yeah,
I got a
I
problem
mean,
with that. I got a
well,
problem.
yeah,
And I
with
don't even
what?
know.
With
I
the
don't even
backlash?
wait. I don't know her name. I don't know who
Yeah,
she is.
yeah,
I'm not into LA politics like that.
yeah.
But okay, she's on a trip. She's not expecting anything like this to happen.
I'm with you. We're on the same page.
She got back.
Yeah,
What's she supposed to do? She's supposed to,
I'm with you.
snap her finger and, magically, have some type of genie effect and get back to LA. No, that
Yeah,
doesn't work like that.
because there was some people even saying like, where the firefighters? It's like firefighters aren't trained to fight fires across the entire city at the same time. It's just not the job.
Now
You know what I'm saying?
here's the politics of it is, from what I understand, is that
She cut the
she
budget.
cut the budget
Yeah.
on for which, my dad is a retired firefighter, and I think that's one area that you should never touch. I
Now
get that. When it comes to, trying to balance your budget, fire safety probably shouldn't be
you like
shouldn't
cut
be
these schools, man, but the
chopped. I get that.
firefighter.
I get that. But man,
Mm,
but for the people that say she's not around and but no, that's not what happened. That's
yeah.
that's a little bit unfair.
Yeah, and they act like it was a fight. She was like, "Ooh, let me get out of town." No, no,
Right.
no, no. She
Right,
was
right,
already
right.
like shit was
She
already
didn't
playing. No,
wait, she didn't Ted Cruz it.
no.
And the
Still
the
trying to evacuate
catastrophe
herself.
happens and then,
Yeah,
oh, I'm going to Cabo. No,
yeah.
that's not what
She
happened.
she was on her way back into the catastrophe, man.
Right,
So
right,
I'm with
right.
you. I'm with you. And what I will say is, I think a lot of this is just people are hurt, people are nervous, people are they're trying to figure out their lives, and you just want to blame somebody. You know what I'm saying? You want to point blame somewhere. Now, I'm sure it's a lot of fault to a lot of things. Who knows, man? But this is just a natural disaster that you can't account for, and again, that's just like every area has its own version of a natural disaster that can happen. Like, I mean, here it could snow 20 inches and we just stuck. You just stuck somewhere. Power's out, everything. Arizona, it could just burn. I mean, Florida, think about all the hurricanes that happen right in those areas.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
everywhere has some like natural disaster you can account for. I mean, we were in a whole pandy. Nobody saw that coming. And we just kind of did what we could with it. You know what I mean? So I think now is the time to just figure out how to best get out of this, how to
Right.
restore these people's lives the best they can. I mean, do you think I was thinking about this? Will people just go, I'm not living in California. I'm going to Utah. I'm going to Vegas, Montana.
Uh,
Just
that
somewhere
could
where this won't happen, man.
that could happen. I mean,
Change America. Like,
I
yeah,
mean,
because I mean,
Man, California is rough, man. You got when it comes to natural disasters, man, you got earthquakes, you got
mudslide.
wildfires, you got drought.
Yeah, man.
Um,
But they'd be like, LA though. It's like, no, y'all can have that.
man,
Have that.
hey, California is rough, man. You got with the earthquakes, you got the chance that what would they always say California is gonna break off into the middle of the
That's
ocean or something
nuts.
like that. Yeah,
Man, imagine that newscast. Like, wait, what? To wait, huh?
So that, baby, yeah,
Jeez.
maybe California is not the place for me.
Hey
I don't
man,
know.
But no, I can see
But
people
every
move.
but every every place has something, that a downside.
Yeah.
For us here in the Midwest, it's the cold weather and the snow.
Mhm.
Like you said, down south, the hurricanes, and then on the East
Yeah, the
Coast.
ice. Yeah. East Coast
Yeah.
get it. Now
Right.
the East Coast, everything happens like in New York. They get it all, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's jeez. Legit Spider-Man live out there for real. Everything happens out east in New York, man.
Yeah.
But again, thoughts and prayers to everybody in LA. And let's try to do our part. Check on your people for sure.
Absolutely.
So also this week, President Carter died at 100 years old. His funeral was today. I'm sure you all saw the video of George Bush scooting right past Trump and hollering at his boy,
I always found it.
Obama giving him a pound.
I've always found it fascinating for those type of events where like all the presidents meet up, and
Yeah.
what the relationships are like.
Yeah,
Because I
because
mean,
that's an
because
exclusive club, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's only right now. It's only five of those people alive that know what
that's
being a
crazy.
president
That's crazy.
is, and you have the factor of, well, actually, the ones that are alive now, none of them ran against each other. Um,
Oh, because everybody's two terms.
Everybody, right, right.
It,
Though
so the black,
Obama ran, on a anti-George Bush
yeah,
platform, basically, and
yeah.
basically
But
saying
think,
we need to get out of the Bush years, and it was sort of, well,
it's
not because Bush didn't really say, he tried to get the hell out of Dodge and just
yeah, he was just like,
stay
y'all can have
quiet.
this.
And I don't want
Yeah,
nothing to do with this.
yeah.
But
But see, but the,
Obama came at him pretty rough during the '08 election, and you know what? When it was over, it seemed
they
like
cool.
they were cool.
But see, but I feel like that was politics. Like, I think that was like it was an understanding in politics back then. Now it's not, it's like we hate you personally. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
everything you stand for. I feel like they both understood, and probably Bush more than President Obama because his father was president. It's like, hey man, his father was president, not just president, he was vice president. So it's like
yeah.
he been
Well, with
seeing
Clinton
this for
with
years.
with Clinton and George H.W. Bush,
Yeah,
they actually did run against each other.
for
Obviously,
sure.
Clinton won. But I think George H.W. Bush and Clinton actually became pretty close
But again, I think
after that.
politics were different. I think just
Yeah,
politics were different. I mean, we know about so many people who were married in the Democrats and Republicans, or just they golf buddies. It's just
right, right.
these are our politics. But now it's like, to be a Republican means this. To some people, being a Democrat means that. We can't talk, and it's like that's why we in the spot that we in. Because people politicking versus really trying to do their jobs in the country, man. But you know, everybody was there. And he like the kid in school. He was in there. He came for fun, man.
Oh, that's my guy, man.
He for the
W is
jokes.
my guy. I hate his
He
politics. He was an
he
awful
here
president, but
he's here
yo,
for the
I
jokes.
I I hang out with W, man.
Man, he here
No,
for the
no
jokes,
doubt.
man. So now, but President Carter, you heard his name a lot, and there's a few facts about President Carter. He died at 100. I'm thinking about that man, like living to be 100 years old. Like you seen, think about how much he saw in the world. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like 1924, right to now, dog. He saw
It's been so
the
much change
world
since then.
change. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like he saw the world. Like that has to be an interesting perspective. But I heard once that somebody say like the only part about getting old is that all your people and loved ones that you
Are
see them all
gone. Yeah,
die.
they're all gone. Yeah.
Yeah, and I never thought
And
about it because it was
what's it like being around when you're the last one there?
right because then you almost have to entrench yourself with the younger people. But it's like you're so many years. You see life so differently, and probably things in life you think y'all care about this stuff. It this doesn't. He's probably like this stuff don't matter. It does not.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It don't matter.
yeah.
You stress about this, and I mean like because think about it. He saw that. Well, he's probably five, but the depression, right?
Yep.
Man, and then you fast forward to the world wars, Vietnam, civil
Well, he was
rights.
he was in World War II,
That's what I'm saying.
right?
Like
Yeah.
it's like civil rights. I mean, my goodness. It's like I could see if he didn't want to run for president, all that he saw like forget this, I'm cool. And then had a second act. Even I know his presidency isn't one of the most like decorated presidency, but it's still like people speak very fondly of him, and I feel like he didn't, even though maybe it was, like I said, people didn't consider it one of the best presidencies, he still was able to maintain like being, still holding up the office,
He,
holding up what the office meant, and still living having some great second act.
I was watching some stuff about him, and he got sandbagged, man.
I agree, and so
He
that's
got
what I was gonna make
sandbagged.
because I feel like,
He brokered a major peace deal with
yeah,
Israel and Egypt.
yeah,
And from what I've seen, what I've read, news from back then, basically, um, just to get back at him, they shot oil prices up,
yeah,
and there was oil shortages, and it was based on partly because of that,
yeah,
it wrecked the economy here, and in turn wrecked his presidency.
yeah. Gas prices, inflation, and unemployment, and so the
Yeah,
point I was gonna make is to that point, man. It's just like that's the tricky thing about being president. You get blamed for stuff that these other people do
you
that
had
you
no
you, you
control
have you
over.
have no control over, but you
Yeah,
the face of it, right?
yeah.
Because it's like I hate that part about the job, right? It's like, for example, you can even inherit a great presidency, and it's like, yeah, he's fantastic. You didn't do nothing but keep the party train. You just pass the tray to
Right.
the to the
Yeah.
right. You know what I'm saying? But I guess that's the trick of doing the job. But some facts I saw about him. Grew up in Georgia. He won 3 Grammy Awards. You know that?
For spoken for
Best spoken
books?
word album. Yeah, three books. Three spoken
Really?
word albums. Yeah, man.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
He was a Georgia state governor, state senator. He was one of 4 presidents to receive a Nobel Peace Prize. He legalized home brewing. He established the Georgia Film
Time
Office,
out,
which is
time out,
kind
time
of,
out, time out, time out, time out. He legalized home brewing,
yeah,
meaning like you could brew your own beer at home,
yeah.
and you're look at that man. That's
Shout out to the brother, huh?
forward thinking right there, man.
Hey, man, that's what 100 years it gets you, man. You know what I'm saying? You see a
He
long game.
said, yo, I should be able to, have a little steel at my
He,
house.
he was like,
Why
you know
not?
what's wrong with the economy? Y'all doing too much out here, man. That's what that was.
My man Jimmy.
Yeah, man. So, but rest in peace to President Carter, man, and then, praying for his family because even though he lived a full life, it's still I'm sure it's still sad to see him depart from this earth.
Absolutely, man.
So yeah, but I think that's what we all should aim for, man, is living a full life. I think, and his life speaks volumes to that because, like I said, then his presidency end, got sandbagged. Again, people don't try not to remember it fondly. His father, nobody on. But what I appreciate about his life is that he didn't let that moment define the rest of his life, right? He didn't tuck the tail. He didn't try to, nope, I'm
No, he
still
kept
living a
going.
life.
He
And
kept
he
going.
won Grammys and Nobel Peace Prize. And he was known for peace, promoting Habitat for Humanity, like really a man about his job. And so, so I want anybody that's hearing me. Maybe you had a bad moment, a bad section of life. That does not define you. What you're doing today defines you, not what happened yesterday. I think I said something right there. So
I've
again, rest in peace, President Carter.
I've in watching the funeral today, I found
Yeah.
it very interesting that his vice president Walter Mondale, who passed away in 2021, and then the man that he defeated for president, Gerald Ford, passed in 2006.
Mm,
So almost 20 years ago.
yeah.
Both wrote eulogies before they passed to be
For him.
read for him.
Wow. Wow.
That's that's
That's
interesting.
something, man.
I
That
don't think
is.
I've never heard of that before.
Never, man. Never,
Yeah.
man. And that's the thing. You just because again, I'm sure you got 100. You really see what matters in life, right? And it seemed like he loved his family. He was very serious about his faith and very serious about helping people, man. I think
Yeah.
that's kind of what
Yeah.
it get down to. Even I look at my parents, man. Again, I'm thankful all the time. My parents are 81 and 80, and I can see how they are. They get that what they want in life becomes very simple, right? They just want their kids to be okay, to make sure they got a couple bucks in their pocket, and they want to go to the store. Like and they want to get to church. You know what I'm saying? And they cool. My parents watch YouTube all day. You walk in the house at any point of the day, they are laughing about something they saw on YouTube, right? And it's like they just living. They ain't trying to go to Bahrain and Turks and Caicos, hit the beach. They cool, right? It's like, and again, nothing's wrong with that. But I look at my parents and go, man, maybe they figure something out that I need to start tapping into, just the simplicity of life and like what matters. You know what I'm saying? My kids are cool. My kids are cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? So again, rest in peace, President Carter.
There you go.
So I don't know how we're gonna segue to this, but we're gonna do it. So Taylor Sheridan, as you and I talked about this before the show, you said what I know about Taylor Sheridan. Not much, man. Check this out. So Taylor Sheridan, you guys may know, he's the creator of Yellowstone. What is it, 1883, or is that that's a whiskey? Is that Uncle
No,
Nearest? Is it
1883 is a actually it
but
is an Uncle Nearest. Uncle
Uncle
Nearest
Nearest,
does have an
1884, I think.
1883.
Yeah,
Was
it
it
was
1884?
1884. 1884. That's what it
But
is.
1883 is a show that was written by Taylor Sheridan.
And it's a 1906 or something. That's that
19,
was
1923. Man,
my
you just
bad.
all over the place with this, man. Come on.
Hey, prove my
Come on,
point.
man.
I don't care about these shows, man. But I saw that Taylor Sheridan had his show Yellowstone, just about the Wild West or South. I didn't know, didn't care. Didn't look like my kind of show, but people seem to love it. And so, I'm watching. I put on Landman. Shout out to Bill Simmons. I heard him saying, "Show's phenomenal. It's phenomenal." I was looking like I saw the trailer. I was like, I don't want to. This can't be that good. So during the holiday break, I threw it on. Like
Yes,
let's
sir.
see, bro. I was stuck.
Man.
I was stuck. Shout out to Ali Lardo. So, but I mean,
Wait,
definitely, man.
wait. You know who she is, right?
Yeah, yeah. Final Destination, man.
Huh?
Final Destination.
No, that wasn't what I was thinking about.
What was you thinking?
Final Destination. She was in the Final Destination?
Yeah.
Nah, she Varsity Blues.
Or she's Final Destination. That's what I know.
But I'm just saying you remember the scene.
Yeah, yes, got you. I
Okay.
got you.
All right.
I
All
got
right.
you.
That's
We're on the
all I'm
same page.
saying. All I'm
We're on the
saying.
same
All I'm
page.
saying.
We're on
All
the
I'm
same
saying.
page.
Yes,
Shout
yes,
out,
yes.
shout out, shout out. But
All
yeah,
right.
man, but Landman, I mean, had me going, yeah, man, fossil fuels, dig on, let's get this
Drill, baby,
oil, man.
drill.
Drill, man.
Frack, baby,
It's
frack.
like you want this well, I should have said too loud, shots in my job. But it's like, you want this electricity? It's not jokes. Get that oil, man. I'm telling you. Some of the speeches they give was like, you know what? You might be on to something. Uh, but no, man, it's a very well written show. The emotions are great, surprises are great. It's like this show. And so then I was like, all right, bet. I watched Lioness, which is another Taylor Sheridan show with
I haven't
what's
seen
the name?
that's as soon as Landman is over, I'm a flip over to Lioness.
Man, got me first episode. It's like Taylor Sheridan does a great job of just making you like stuck easy. And I'm just thinking like it's I call him the white Tyler Perry because it's like, bruh, you just cranking out all these different shows because apparently Tulsa King is his show.
The
That's also,
Tulsa
and I
King is
mean,
outstanding.
listen, Paramount Plus must just threw him a bag and said, hey, listen, man, just
Well,
keep running shows.
here's what happened. He did Yellowstone, right?
Yeah.
Yellowstone before the whole streaming thing, became what it is now.
Mhm.
Peacock was looking for a show, and Paramount basically said, "Yeah, here we got Yellowstone. You guys want Yellowstone? You can have it. We're not really
Mhm.
worried about it." And yes, it had Kevin Costner, but yeah, you guys go ahead. And then Yellowstone took off,
And
instantly.
Peacock not giving it back.
Peacock's not giving it back. So Paramount said, "Well, man, we need some stuff for Paramount Plus now. What we gonna do?" And so that's when Taylor Sheridan wrote 1883. He wrote 1923, and all these shows. And man, you can't stop watching this stuff, man.
I mean, bruh, is he in a room? Because again, Yellowstone, I haven't seen Yellowstone. You have to tell me how different it is from Landman. Is it like a continuation of? Is it because I feel like I know because all I know is
Well,
Lioness
different
and
story, different stories, um, different what's the word I'm looking for? Different worlds, right?
gotcha.
Different worlds, but sort of the same type of pattern
Okay,
with it. You know,
okay.
uh, you know, country folk uh, that are trying to hold on to what they got.
Mhm.
Basically, is what it is. And you see that in Landman with Billy Bob Thornton and John Hamm.
Yeah,
They're
Giant.
not the biggest oil men out there. They making money,
Yeah,
but they're not the biggest guys out there. And they're trying to just keep their peace. Is what's going on. So same thing with Yellowstone, man. They're trying to hold on to their land in Montana. So
Yeah, yeah.
so real
So yeah,
real real good shows, man.
yeah, and don't want to ruin it for anybody. If you haven't watched it, I mean, for real, check out the White Tyler Perry, Taylor Sheridan, man, all his shows.
And
Because
bottom the
again, it's like wild. It's right now. It's so bad.
no spoiler here. I guess this wouldn't be a spoiler, but what's
Which
sort
show
of
you talking about? Wait, which show you about
Landman.
to
We're
talk
gonna
about?
talk about Landman.
Wait, don't say nothing, man, because I don't think the last episode is out yet, right?
Yeah, last Sunday's the last uh episode from Sunday. You haven't
That was
seen
the
that
last
yet?
episode?
Yeah.
Wait, that wasn't the last episode. It
Not the
was?
last episode of the season, but
Okay,
that's the
yes.
latest episode that's out.
Is that the one with, I mean, Jerry Jones is
Yeah,
in that episode? Okay,
that's what I was about
okay,
to bring up.
okay.
Um, I don't know. Jerry Jones
Which,
might win an Emmy.
man, that's outstanding. What is outstanding?
Yeah.
Outstanding. Was he crying? I was like, is he
He
crying?
man, and clearly it must have been a true story what he was talking about, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah,
Yeah. I don't think it's
I
spoiled
think
because it's out of context. People, when people see it,
I
it's still
think
shocking.
Jerry gonna win an Emmy, man.
Hey, man, it was because when I saw him, I was like, okay. But
Right?
then
I
they
was like,
start
oh
talking.
wow. Wait. I was like, this Jerry. What's
But
Jerry Jones doing on
but
this
when he
show?
gave that speech, you like, man, bro,
Right.
some onions getting cut up in here, bro. Yeah. Shout out to Jerry Jones,
Yes,
man, for
sir.
real.
Yes,
But
sir.
yeah, check out the White Tyler Perry. I should stop calling him that. Check out Taylor Sheridan
That's
on
not a
Paramount Plus.
that's I think that's a
Man,
compliment, man.
I mean, because if you got Tyler Perry is prolific, bro, and it's just like he's just pumping out stuff. Taylor
I mean,
Sheridan
here's the thing.
same way.
I'm not the biggest fan of all the Tyler Perry stuff. That's stuff I do like,
Yeah,
and there's stuff I don't like. Taylor Sheridan stuff, man.
he
I mean, he's going
cooking.
back to Sicario.
That's Taylor
That's
Sheridan.
Taylor Sheridan.
Doggone. Hey man,
Yeah,
he that dude. Shout out
yeah,
to him, man. I mean, he is just constantly writing.
yeah.
He's just constantly writing.
Well,
That's
he was,
brilliant.
I guess his story is, and this may not be all the way accurate, but it's somewhat there. That's just he was an actor, he still acts.
Yeah.
But he was trying to figure out. He's like, man, I'm trying to, make sure I'm getting on. And somebody told, well, you need to, create your own stuff.
Mm.
And that's he started writing.
And then bada bing.
That's where it is. Yeah, yeah,
That's crazy, man.
yeah.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, yeah, shout out to him. Oh, okay, I know who this guy is. Okay. I just looked up his picture. I think I've seen him before. He's a look like a real cowboy, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Doggone, that's what's up, man. I mean, just they gotta be something to just you're creating all day. You know what I'm saying? And not you just it's like the stuff you create is cooking. Like when you put out in the streets go nuts,
yeah,
man. That's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. A couple more things before we get out of here. No, we talked about President Carter. This probably should segue this way. Probably talking about President Carter and living a full life. So as I saw this thing on Income Fact, it's a one page on Instagram that I follow, and it talked about this fearless inventory for your life called a Life Audit. Just want to kind of throw this out there for people to do. So I'm doing the same thing. And what it is you know, you guys also always know what an audit is, of course. Like when you have your taxes, they go through and do a fine tooth comb of what you really spent. What happens? You do an audit with inventory. What do we really have? What do we have? Right? You have to go through, count everything, so you have a good idea of what you have in your store, your inventory. So either you got to buy more, sell more, or just do what you got, right? So life audit kind of takes the same goes on the same process, right? In your life, where are you right now? Because I want to bring this up because I know like next Friday is that cancel day. You know what I'm saying? People give up on all their resolutions. And I feel like a lot of times people give up on their resolutions because they go, "Look, I want to lose 1,000 pounds, but you only weigh 200." You see what I'm saying? Like that's just an impossible goal, right? I want to run 30 miles and you haven't walked 2 miles. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like we should base our resolutions based upon where we are, like for real where we are, right? But we don't do that because we don't take the time to go, where am I really? So like the life audit has a few categories for you to go through. I'm gonna name them all. First one is your health. Next one is finances. Third one is personal development. Fourth is relationships. Fifth is career. Sixth is self-care. Seventh is your home life. And eighth is your free time. So the whole point is to take each of those categories, like your health, right, and say, and you have to be honest with yourself, right? Where am I really at my health, right? And like for me, I'll be honest, I'll say, okay, I want to get back to being in the best shape of my life, right? I don't sleep enough. I'm snacking on this candy a little too much, you know what I'm saying? I want to get faster, right? And it's like, you start thinking the thing like your real stuff, but you have to write it out. And then when you write it out, you will see maybe I can improve this, right? Okay, I'll go to sleep. But what I've been doing is I've been really trying to sleep 7, 8 hours a night. Like once I wrote that out, just like, okay, what can I change? And it was like, well, I can go to bed. I mean, this stuff is on demand. I can watch it tomorrow. I'll watch it this weekend. Or maybe I just won't watch it because going to sleep is better than me catching up on some new show. You know what I mean? In every phase, you do with your finances. And that's a big one for us, right? You can look at your money and go, all right, I know I want to take a trip next summer and do this, but how much money do I really have? Well, how much do I owe? And then when you see it, you might be more likely, maybe I can't, maybe the trip this year isn't the best idea, right? Because we just sometimes just do it without thinking about how it impacts you for the entire year or just this season in your life. So I encourage you guys to do the life audit. Like it takes some time with it, like not just knock it out in an hour. Like do a category a day. Like really be thoughtful about it because I feel like these resolutions sometimes they're aspirational more than they are realistic. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I want to lose 20 pounds, but maybe that's not what you need to be doing right now. Maybe it's like just eating better and resting, maybe stretching, and then the pounds will come off at some other time, right? In your finances, maybe it's not just about saving money, maybe it's investing money. Like it doesn't always like we see these things everywhere. Save money, lose weight, but that's what's good for some people. This helps you determine what's best for you. So again, health, finances, personal development, relationships, your career, self-care, home life, and free time. It's a hard exercise because you got to be honest with yourself. Like, I don't know if you ever noticed this as it's hard for people to look into the mirror a very long time because once you do that, you start seeing all your flaws, right? So, if people look in the mirror, it's kind of for a quick glance to make sure everything is cool. But people very rarely stare in the mirror. I mean, that's your thing. But the longer you look in the mirror, you see all the things that are wrong with you, right? Because you know you. Your eyes, nose ain't whatever. And so, but this is a look in the mirror for a long time type of exercise because I've just always been a person that actually I want to know what's wrong so I can fix it. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot that's sometimes hearing the bad stuff about yourself is not a good conversation. It doesn't feel good to be like, I'm not good at this or I need to be better at this. That doesn't feel good. But I would submit, would you rather just keep being bad and keep rolling along in life or face what's bad and then have the opportunity to fix it or resolve it? That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna leave that there. So last thing before we got here is got anything before I finish up and do a dads and don'ts before we got here, man.
Go for it.
So this is called for dads and don'ts. The only way out is through. We're gonna do in the 90s next week because we're gonna go just with the new year. And I didn't say Happy New Year to you, bro. It's not even MLK Day yet. Happy New Year
Man,
is.
it is after January 7th, man. You talking about Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, dude. Come
Get out
on,
of here with
man.
that, man.
Happy New Year's the first part. Happy New Year, everybody. My bad.
Happy New Year, bro. Is
Happy New Year,
this
everybody.
is our first
This
of
is our
of the
first part
year?
of the year, man. We jump
Oh,
right into it like we never
all right.
left.
I'll make an exception here
Happy New
on
Year,
on
everybody.
January 9th.
I'll say next week as well. So dads and don'ts. So we're gonna try to do dads and don'ts and alternate that within the 90s. But this week I was thinking about it because I was thinking about my children. Yeah, if you listen to the pods, I have triplets diagnosed with autism, and specifically my daughter Brooklyn has been having a tough time, especially the last year or so. And I think we get into a point like with her medicine and just like her activities and just everybody around her is trying to be healthy. Shout out to my family, shout out to the church, shout out to just, everybody tries to be kind to her. And it's kind of hit me like, people see me and they see Brooklyn like is the last couple of weeks of the year, she had a real tough day. My arms are black and blue from just like bite marks and just hit marks because she just was just upset, right? And now we're at a phase she has in the message. She's been having some really good days. And it hit me that sometimes the only way out is through. And this is what I mean. Like, I think with not just about children with autism, just children in general. Like, yeah, because there's something that's going on with every kid. And I think as parents, we're always trying to find like the way you want to find the easiest way out of it or around it, right? And you keep getting frustrated because sometimes those easy fixes are short term and you get disappointed that it doesn't work, and the kids like, well, I thought it worked, and now everybody's frustrated. But then one, it just hit me like through life. I guess I made the commitment some time ago. Like this is tough for my daughter, right? It's not just tough for us. She don't know why she's biting and hitting and upset and you know, popping up and running and get, all this stuff. She doesn't, there are times she just, when all that episode ends, she's sitting by herself crying because it's like, that doesn't feel good either. And right. And so there's no easy fix to get it done in some situations. Sometimes you got to sit with her through this entire thing. Right. And there's going to be just some good days because there are some great days with Brooklyn. And sometimes there'll be some bad days and sometimes there'll be some really, really horrible days, right? But getting through all of those is sometimes the only way out because then you get to appreciate the moments where she smiles real big and the moments when you kind of see medicine working and the moments where you see that she did all the time and work that, mom and dad have been putting in, start to see it coming to fruition. Shout out to my sister, big sis, Sharon. She would always have Brooklyn come kiss her, right, when she walked in on family night. And then one day she didn't ask. Brooklyn looked at her and kind of leaned over for like, "Hey, this is what we do, dog. You supposed to kiss me." You know what I mean? But it's like there's no fast trick to that. That took years and years and years of sharing, teaching her that, right? And even yesterday, my sister Xanthi, Brooklyn, she came in, Brooklyn jumped up and hugged her. And Xanthi just stopped and was like, "Hey, everybody," Brooklyn just hugged me for no reason. And it was like, we all clapped because, you know, the only way out is through. You just kind of keep showing up every week. So if your children have autism, or if they do not, right? If everything is fine, everything is working well, depending on the situation, there's no quick fixes, right? There's no easy way to get it done. There's no Ozempic for life challenges. You know what I'm saying? All we can do is go through it because sometimes the only way out is through. So I hope that encourages somebody today. It encouraged me when I thought about it, because again, it just reminded me that this stuff is tough. But sometimes the only way to get through it, right? The only way to get out of it is to go through the tough stuff. That's all you can do. There's no way of getting around it. So thank you for checking out the Super Duper Pod. We do not take, I got through that without crying. I was close a couple times. We do not take your listeners lightly. Make sure you follow us on all socials, SUPADUPAPOD. What up, Sarah? And online at H253productions.com. Shout out to the Brunch Besties. Let me get y'all order right around this. I mean, believe me. And then we got it fixed. But make sure you check us out. You like, review, subscribe, share the videos, like the posts, all that fun stuff. Did I miss anything?
No, I think you covered it all.
Fantastic. Make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. Hey, mama, this is the Supa Dupa Podcast.
That's champagne, real pain, champagne from you and I. Wait, you and I? Now that's champagne if you was I. Would you be off on this campaign? Is it suicide? If you know that bringing hope here is how careers die. Or do the K stand for kamikaze? The J silent is everywhere, you can feel them probably. Surely, lately, I've been up late with demons in my basement trying to get me to hate this. Life thinking I should be further and then I choke up. As soon as I got silent, then the truth spoke up. This said, how you know you ain't perfect? Let that soak up and soak in. You know how you know that you blessed? I woke